Hey everybody, welcome back to In Bed with the Millennial. I'm the Millennial Javeda Bay, and this is my bed. And it is the last week of anal August. And though it is the end, I still got more for you. So let's get into it. Today I want to talk about penetrative anal sex because we haven't and we should and we kind of need to, you know? So yeah, let's talk about that. If you remember last week's video, I talked about the anatomy of the anus, which is extremely important when we talk about penetrative anal sex. So if you remember, you heard that there are two sphincters, and I talked about the external sphincter, which you can stimulate through the rim of the anus. But there is another one, the internal sphincter, and the two of these are muscles, which means that they have to be trained. Hence why I told you to practice anal training. So that way you can actually be prepared for penetrative sex. And in terms of preparing for it, you were getting your body used to your anal sphincters actually being spread and opened up. But also, if you're preparing for penetrative anal sex, you're getting used to something being deep inside your anus. And I really like to stress this detail because most people are not used to the sensation of something going up their anus and deep inside. They're used to things coming out of their anus. So I think it's really important to get used to that sensation and prepare for it. Hence why I also recommend that you use anal beads when anal training if you know you're trying to have penetrative anal sex and not just use butt plugs, you know? But yeah, so it's important to understand the anatomy and important to know there are two muscles that you are going to be working to get relaxed and get ready for actual penetrative anal play. And that's your external and your internal sphincter. So take your time. Start with the external one, do your rimming, get some rim jobs in, really loosen up that muscle, and then work your way to the internal sphincter, taking your time, not really rushing through it, you know? But it's also important to understand that when it comes to any type of anal play, but especially penetrative anal play, relaxation is key, the utmost key. It's the key that opens the door. Relaxation is so important because that's how you actually can relax your sphincter muscles to actually enjoy anal play. But that's how you also, again, enjoy anal play. If you're tense and clenched and oh, this is gonna hurt, guess what? It's gonna hurt. But if you're relaxed and open to all the different experiences of pleasure that you can have from anal play, it's more than likely gonna feel real good. So deep breaths, relax, and do that however you need to. If that means that you are meditating beforehand or you're getting a massage to really relax your body and release it, or if that's you smoking a joint or taking a shot of tequila, however that looks for you, just make sure you're actively working to relax yourself, and not letting the build up of anticipation stress and tense you up. Okay. And then you now have the key to unlocking the door. But what do you have as soon as you walk through that door? You have lube. Lube is what you have, always and forever. You have it in your back pocket. You got it in your pocketbook. You got it in your wallet. You have lube. You are not doing anal play. You are especially not doing penetrative anal play without lube. And why is this again? Yes, because the anus is not self-lubricating. So go get your lube. And if you can't remember what lube you want to use, go back. Check my social media. I have made plenty of recommendations for good anal lubes. Also, I dropped my all-time favorite in the description of this video. Spoiler alert, it's Intimate Earth. But yes, you're having lube and lots of it, not just a little dollop. You're keeping a lot of lube on you, ready always, because it's the anus and lube can be absorbed into the body. So lots of lube. Yeah, so those are the main things, understanding the anus and anal training the anus, having relaxation, being relaxed, because that is the key to success, and lube, so much lube that people wonder if you're okay with how much lube you actually have in your home. But there are some other important details when it comes to penetrative anal sex. Biggest one being positions. A lot of people think that you can just do anal sex in the same positions you may do, penetrative vaginal sex or other sexual activities that you may engage in with a partner. And that's not necessarily the case, because not everything feels comfortable. Also, you might not want to hold that position for a long amount of time. So I want you to also give some thought to what positions are actually comfortable and allow you to access the anus in a way that's good, allows you to relax, and allows for the stimulation that you want. So if it's like you're trying to do like oral anal stimulation, you probably don't want to be laying on your back at missionary and your partner just like trying to be up in your ass, because they probably won't be able to breathe well. I highly recommend, if you're getting started with it, doggy. Doggy is a great first time anal position. It gives you the space you need to really open up the body, spread the parts you need to spread, but also a clear view of the anus. You know where you're going into and things of that nature. Also, it allows space for your partner to still have their head up and communicate with you if need be, which it is needed. Communication is also very important during anal play. But yes, take some time, test out some positions with your partner. Be like, hey, actually, you know what? I don't like this one that you found in the Kama Sutra. It's really not working for anal play. We could try it for something else, but anal play, it's not that. Check out some blog posts. I will share some all week long. And definitely follow on my social media. I will be sharing so many different positions for anal play all week long. But yeah, find the position that works for y'all. Don't just think that you have to do it in the same way that you've been doing other sex. For however long you've been doing it. No, you can do what works best for your butt and you and your partner. And as I said, communication is extremely important with every aspect of being in a relationship and engaging sexually with others, but most definitely with penetrative anal sex for a variety of reasons. The first one being is, depending on how you are having penetrative anal sex, if you're using toys, you don't have the appendage attached to you to feel things, so you really need to listen to your partner to understand like how it's working for them, how they're feeling, and things of that nature. It's also really important, as your partner is like paying attention to how their body's feeling. You need to communicate to your partner like, hey, actually, I think that we've gone a little too deep. I'm not ready yet. Or actually, I don't think my sphincters are like stretched and opened enough, or like, hey, I'm not relaxed enough, I can feel myself tensing up, let's pause, let's just go back to like oral play or something in the meantime as we prepare for this. Like actually actively communicate, because you don't want to rush into something and then end up being not okay. And in that same sense, also remember, like, you don't want numbing things. I know it may seem super like tempting to be like, well, if I can't feel it, then it'll be great. No. You need to be able to feel it, because if you can't feel what's going on, you won't be able to feel if something is going wrong, and then you're in a world of trouble. So, no numbing, and always communicate. Even if you're like nervous and you're like, oh, my partner's gonna think I'm lame. I promise you, if they're a good partner, they will not. They'll be like, oh, thank you for telling me. I'll stop that. I won't keep doing that. Communication. It's so important, because you don't want to hurt your butthole at all. I promise you, you don't want to do that. Lastly, please remember to take it slow. I know that porn and everything makes it seem like people just like get into anal sex and it's just like, yeah, we're doing the thing. No, everyone has to take their time and work up to it. No one comes into the room always ready for anal penetrative play. Like, everyone needs that time to get prepared. So like, take it slow. Don't think that just because y'all said, ooh, tonight we're having anal sex, guess what? Anal sex is not just penetrative. Y'all can have a lot of different types of anal sex. So take it slow. Take your time. Move at your comfort levels, not somebody else's or like society's. Do it at your speed. Because then also it's much more enjoyable. If you're like, you know what? I really feel confident now that we can like move into actual penetrative anal sex. Like, I feel good about this move. Like, my body feels ready. Take your time. So yeah, that's like the quick little rundown on penetrative anal sex. Also, like, of course, have the conversations around safer sex methods. And if you're like, Javay, how do I do that? I got videos on it, so go watch them. But yeah, I hope that you had an exhilarating, abundantly delicious anal August, and I hope that you're excited for everything September has in store, because I'm excited, because it's back to school. Because if you didn't know, I'm in a PhD program, so I'm literally going back to school, because I had the summer off, which was delightful. But enough about that. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because again, more content's coming. Also, like, why are you not subscribed? That's really rude, y'all. Really rude. And make sure you follow me on social media, Instagram and TikTok. completely different content on those two platforms. Like, you can see so much more stuff around all the different topics I talk about. So if you really want to be like deep diving in sex education, you need to be following me everywhere. And make sure you are bookmarking my website, because of course even more sex education content lives on themillennialsexpert.com. And make sure you subscribe to that email newsletter, because this fall, I have so many different workshops and different things going on that you don't want to miss out on. Also, new merch. So make sure you're subscribed to that email newsletter, because it's a good time, I promise you. But yeah, until next time, my friends, I'm gonna see y'all later. Deuces.